Yo, hey. But guys, this reunion part one, the way I loved. I've never ever seen someone being that bold in saying so much nasty things about people. And then when you do get the opportunity to say what you really said in their faces, you chicken out. Mrs. Sunday, my girl. Hey, gay. You guys, like, I was in disbelief. I was in disbelief of how she was acting. Is this the same Huelo? Is this the very same person that was saying, Pella, hey bo Mrs. Sunday though she was on steroids, especially on her diary session. She was on steroids. And I'm looking at her looking all sheepish there, and I'm just like, Ayi Kintenjal. When she's saying, firstly, when the part one of the reunion starts, and when they're entering and they giving their comments about what they're expecting for the reunion, Mrs. Sunday says, I get along with everybody, so yeah. Like saying she's not really like afraid of what the reunion's gonna bring, because she says, I get along with everyone, so yeah. From there, I said, hi. Miss Delulu, but Delulu is the real Zililu. I was just like, ma'am, you get along with everyone, Johnny. Anyway, you guys, part one, I am ready to watch part two. Because part one, I just feel like people are still, I man, I'll show you guys, people are not warmed up as yet. Happy, first of all, is too happy for me. Happy is too happy for me on this part one of the reunion. Or maybe it's because I'm used to Miss Feisty. And it doesn't look like Happy is she came with that step. She says she came with that step because she says she's wearing red for danger. If you touch her, you get burned, honey. But like from her demeanor, she is cool, calm, collected. And I'm just not used to that Happy, you guys. I thought you would see Happy Pella, she's that type of girl, like, yes, bang chwaye laga bizloba jelinda bazabe. And this time she's just like, really like, it seems like she's not here for that. But we'll see on part two, would see what is it like. But I'm just like, the person that looks fired up, Bathong, Mrs. Mops. Guys, did you see Mrs. Mops's facial expression throughout? She was so bored. Uporege. Even the way when she was speaking to when she was speaking to Mrs. Sunday, the way she kept leaning in, I was just like, Mrs. Mops. Like the funny thing is that Mrs. Mops is usually the calm, collected girl, the you know what, I'm gonna be classy. But this time her facial expressions begat you guys. And I get why begat in some parts, because some of the things, even Mrs. Sunday, a lot of the things Mrs. Sunday said to her, like, no ma'am. But Mrs. Mops came here and it looked like she came prepared for Sunday. She came prepared for Sunday, and she came prepared for Uratile. Hey, Mrs. Mopsinger, she was not there to play for anyone. When Domby said that, listen, guys, I'm going to need you to not hold back, and Mrs. Mop said, you know what, I accepted the challenge, she meant every bit of it. She meant every bit of it. So part two, I know Mrs. Mops, which she's going to bring on the drama. Is she the drama? She definitely seems like she's the drama. So Mrs. Mops came prepared for Mrs. Sunday. Mrs. Sunday, she does confront Mrs. Sunday about some of the stuff she said, and Mrs. Sunday basically says, no, I was possessed. Yes, ma'am, you were possessed by a chicken spirit. Possessed by a chicken spirit to chicken out of the things you said. Like, guys, if you're gonna be that mean, say it with your chest, darling. Yishonges fu batali mano. Like, come on. So Mrs. Monday, anyway, Mrs. Sunday chickens out and says that she doesn't know what came over her. She apologizes. She's like, I'm not like that. I'm normally a sweet girl. I am what? I'm like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. Those things you were saying, they came out from somewhere. I normally say, you see a true person of who they truly are in situations when they are in different types of situations. And I do think that situation might have been heated for her because she was just stepping in, as Radile, her friend says, new scenery in Tonton. That is a part of Angazofawagati what came upon her. She doesn't know wazigakle. but she wanted to make an impression. But that's the thing. That's why I agree with what Uratile said, even though majority of the ladies did not agree. There's a reason why people kept saying, and people are still saying till today, that Unozi doesn't bring. She brought zero content. She brought zero content except the storyline of her family and her husband, who is a polygamist now. Till today, like people are saying that Unozi brought zero drama, you guys. That's because people want entertainment, you guys. People want, everywhere you go, guys, people want entertainment. People love, or people have stress, guys. The stress is it. And when we switch on the TV, we don't want you to be basically giving us more stress. Relieve us of our stress. That is it. That is TV, you guys. And the sooner people come into reality with that, the better. Sometimes if people truly understand that, guys, a lot of the things you see on TV is narrated. Even reality TV is not 100% reality TV. A lot of the things is curated to fit the narrative that they want the public to receive. So if people went into reality TV and a lot of these shows in mind that, guys, this is entertainment, some of the things you will not take them personally. You will not be inheriting people's beef. You'll not be swearing other people. That's why I don't get why people get angry at other people online and you're swearing other people just because you're a team bad. No, chillax, guys. This is entertainment. Chillax. Chillax. I even said, I saw Ratile before the reunion, she was saying the same thing, that people need to relax because this is entertainment. And I get that some people, yes, there's some things that are just like they're uncalled for and they're rude. Like Uratile and Mrs. Sanda, I get with you why they're friends, because that meanness is somewhere like it's somewhere in them. And some things, no matter how much it's entertainment, like they should not come out of your mouth. But guys, just keep that in mind. By entertainment land, or don't ever go fight other people for other people, because this is entertainment and those people know nothing about you. Hmm? Okay, anyway, so Mrs. Sunday ends up apologizing. Mrs. Mob says she accepts the apology. But even in her accepting the apology, it's not enough. Mrs. Mob's she came with anger on the show and she needs to relieve it. And unless she doesn't relieve it, she's not going to leave you, okay? So Mrs. Mobs, I'm going to need you to relieve whatever it is inside up until you're okay. Okay? And then who else? Nunurai said basically some of the comments, like what Nunurai said about the pajama and the business, like nah, like that was just like not okay. Nunurai can be extreme, you guys. It's just that this season she did tone it down a little bit, but Nunurai can be mean as well. So anyway, yeah, that is my recap on part one. Check out part two, which will be coming probably after this. Not sure about that, but a recap on the people who were there, starting off with Unozi. Nozi, you know how Nozi is, you guys. Unozi, I don't know what to say about Unozi. Nozi is, I don't even want to say she's the peacemaker, because sometimes I'm zingeni. Nosy is nosy, and yeah, on the show, but at least by the reunion, she commented there and there, and she was honest. Like, she's not gonna lie. She's honest. She's very self-aware, and I appreciate the fact that she's self-aware, because even the part where Undombi, the hostess, basically said you could have came through for We're Happy when the comment of Happy's daughter was mentioned. She did apologize, and she did say that she did actually call Happy after airing or after shooting and apologize. So I love a person who's self-aware, you guys, because no one's perfect. At times we don't intentionally hurt people, you know. So that's Unosi, but I didn't expect any drama from her anyway. Happy, I mentioned Happy's too happy for my liking. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she's just waiting for someone to pick a bone with her, and that's where she's gonna come in. But all of these ladies are too respectful for my liking. I'm waiting for them to, come out the guns blazing. Like, give us the same energy you are giving in your diary session. Mrs. Mops, I told you she came guns blazing. Mrs. Mops can't even fake a smile because she is Hey, she's fuming. Mrs. Sunday, hey, Mrs. Sunday, shame. You can see shame. She is ashamed of her actions, and she did say that, but I'm going to appreciate and I'm going to say that at least she apologized, you guys. She wasn't rude. She apologized and said, I shouldn't have said that, but I'm just like, ma'am, next time, it's a lesson learned. Ratile, you can see Ratile always has attitude, you guys. In season one, when not on did Ratile come in season one? I can't remember. But when Ratile was first introduced to the show, I liked and I thought the ladies were picking on her. Now I'm just like Ratile she's a mean girl. And you can see even on this reunion, her demeanor on her face, the look even on her face, you can tell, but she's not coming to say sorry to nobody. As she said, she's not going to drop any tears because all the tears are on her dress, honey. And then lastly, Ununurai, you know Nunurai, guys, Nunurai. But Nunurai, sometimes I'm just like, I don't know. Nunurai is being Nunurai. She comments honestly there and there, but we'll see what she has for us in the reunion. Anyway, please tell me what you think of part one. If you've watched it already, tell me what did you think of part one of the reunion of the Mummy Club. Please do make sure that you like the video. Please do subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.